say that the end precedes the beginning, and the end and the beginning were always there, before the beginning and after the end, and all is always now.
Sing me to sleep, sing me to sleep.
The question, what is apocalypticism, a lot of people would define somewhat differently, but I think in general the scholars would define apocalypticism as roughly similar to the way probably everyday people would think about it, as has something to do with ideas about the coming very quick, very imminent, we call it, expectation of some kind of radical transformation. In some schemas this can be non-religious, but in many traditions, especially in the Christian tradition, and the Jewish tradition also, it's a religious transformation. God is going to transform the world and execute a kind of judgment on it. I think very importantly associated with the idea of some kind of elect special group that, by virtue of their special kind of knowledge and understanding of events, is going to survive. In religious contexts, this means typically they're going to survive either in some kind of recreated cosmos, they're going to be taken up to a heavenly realm that's different from the earthly realm, or the earthly realm itself will be radically destroyed or something like that. There are things that predispose people to be attracted to these kinds of movements, and I think I myself suspect that the desire for belonging to a particularly special group that has the secret knowledge and is going to survive, so there's a basic positive future of surviving, knowing, because if you know what the future is, you can prepare. It gives you the satisfaction of a really simple world. Like, what do people like about, mainstream film? Or well, there's a very clear villain, there's a very clear good guy. There's, occasionally you have somebody who's, maybe there's a lot of tension and about, who's really on the right side and things like that, but it's a very simplistic picture of the world. It's a kind of fantasy of simplicity, and I think that is also a broader culture phenomenon, this fantasy that the world is simpler than it seems. It also, I think, goes to a lot of really important and difficult and complex issues with class and access to information and feelings of social powerlessness, and kind of stagnation. There'd be some possibility at the end for a new, yeah, I mean, that's another thing that can play in too, is the fantasy of a future where everything is different and fair. Also just, right? That's also part. So even if you don't celebrate the violence, for instance, what about a world where, the lion lays down with the lamb? Doesn't that sound good, Wouldn't it be nice? But let's be realistic. Like, we know what human beings are really like. If you know the world's going to end soon, and then you can get ready and feel really excited. And also, the other thing it can potentially do is relativize current issues. Like, your current life isn't that fun, you don't really have a job, you don't have that many prospects for a job. It's not an easy thing to, like, make life meaningful and exciting and interesting and all those things. Those are really serious and important things for everyone in a lot of ways.
Deep in the cell of my heart, I really want to go. There is another world. There is a better world. Well, there must be. Well, there must be.